So I started the recording also. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so welcome all. Just for a brief recap, uh, lab learning sessions. So today we are all here to know about AWS course. My name is Srujan and the batch number is 215. And this is the email ID which I would request you all to note it down yourself somewhere so that this team will be in touch with you for the further information regarding the course content and all. Uh, Regarding about myself, my name is Srujan. I am basically located in Hyderabad and I'm having around 8 years of experience in IT. And coming to the AWS, I'm having 5 years of experience in the AWS. So I'm currently working as an AWS consultant in MNC. So this is my brief introduction and coming to the related to the course. Let me check. Yes. So this course has started from yesterday, 13th September. The first four will be the free sessions. Means after if you like it, then you have to register for it. The session for the session for the duration is from 10 a.m. and it will be from Monday to Friday, excluding Saturday and Sunday. And the closed duration will be 5 weeks. So the course duration will be in between 4 weeks to 5 weeks. So we have set a bracket of 5 weeks. And coming to the course fee, it is around 2,499, right? So if you want to discuss something about related to the course, please go through these numbers. And I request to note it down somewhere. And I would request for the course content, please scan the QR code, which will help you to understand. And in the same way, if you want to register for the course, please scan this QR code, which is here showing, right? So coming to the next part of it, for any doubts or any queries related to the course, you can directly contact to the email support@logiclabstech.com, and you can reach via email also. You can reach via phone numbers also, as you can see. And if you see, the first 5 sessions will be free, and from the sixth session, you will get a Zoom link. Whoever has registered for the course. And one request is there is no batch shifting once you are aligned to that specific timeline. So it is fixed. We cannot switch it to the another batches or any unavailable options. And for updates related to sessions, like is there any session today or is there any cancellation of the sessions, then we have to join this WhatsApp group. So I would share this WhatsApp group also. In this, you will get more information and you can ask a few more questions if you want to via this chat, right? And one more thing is whatever the sessions we cover in the coming classes, that all will be recorded and that will be available for you via Graphy portal, where you will have a recordings and as well as the notes which we upload during this course path. Okay. And one more thing is the support team is available from 9 to 7 p.m. So I would request to connect them in during that time. Okay. So this is what I thought to share with you. Okay, give me a second. Let's go back to the previous PPTs where we were hanging. Yes. So in the yesterday's session, we discussed about computers, what is computer, how the evolution of computers happened, what is a data center, right? What is a cloud technology? We all discussed these stuffs. So he's a person, his name is Charles Babbage, who has invented the concept of computers as per the knowledge available in the internet. And coming to the introduction, we discuss what is computers, what is data centers, and we discussed about cloud technologies also. Uh, so we had distinguished and we had differentiated between the computers, data center, and the cloud. So just for a brief recap, I would say computer is a basic system or a basic laptop which we use in our homes, right? Or in our offices. Those are called as the computers, in which one user will be able to access and do the work. Coming to the data center, it's the size of a big football court where you will have 1,000 to 2,000 physical machines of high configurations located in the racks where you can create virtual machines, n number of virtual machines, and you can install applications on it. So all that stuff is managed in the data center, including your data, including your security norms, including your maintenance and all. All this stuff will be done in the backend for the data centers. So usually the data centers are available in US, UK, China, Australia, New Zealand as per the requirement. There are few data centers are available in India also. They are slowly booming in India too. Coming to the cloud technologies, what is it means? See, data centers, what happens? Suppose you are a customer. Suppose you are having, suppose printing company. You prints the books, okay, and you have to maintain your IT data stuff. That's like computer, whether it's a content which you want to print, you have to store or save somewhere. All these things, right? So for this all maintenance, you need some IT staff. You need some resources also. So for that purpose, you maintain the data center there. Okay, you buy the space, you build the data center, you build the structures and all. You have to pre-invest it. After the investment, you have to maintain those things. If some machines got breakdown, you have to replace it. You have to talk with the vendor. You get into the warranty. If there is no warranty for that, you have to pay for it again, right? And apart from that, you have to engage the IT staff, labor, you would say, because IT engineers are the one who manages the data center. They work like a doctor, and and the data center is like a patient. So if something happens, they will come into the picture and they will make a changes, whether it's a RAM, CPU, or you say the disk, right? So all these things will be managed in the data center. And parallelly, the maintenance of the security, it should be a high level of security. No one will able to access it, right? You have to follow the cyber security norms to eradicate the hackers attack on the data centers. So for all these things, you have to pay if you are managing, right? So it is like a little burden for the companies who maintain these data centers. So what the cloud has done is to sidetrack to decrease these kind of burdens on the client or on the users. They have introduced the word called as a cloud computing. Cloud computing doesn't mean the cloud is available in the cloud. No, there is no computer available in the cloud. It is just a namesake they are sharing. The main thing is you don't need to do anything. You have to just pay for what the service you want, pay as you go model. You pay to the cloud technology. They will provide the resources to you. That resource, where it is located, what is that? That is up to them. Okay, they will decide and they will share it to you. So that is what the cloud technology does. So the cloud technologies comes into the picture. The client doesn't need to maintain the licenses, doesn't need to maintain the storage devices, or everything will be stored somewhere in a preserved in a security levels. No need of maintaining the IT resources, right? All these burdens are maintained by the cloud technologies. So this is what the cloud technology means. If you go to the definition, the cloud is a virtual space that exists on the internet. It is a storage space where people can place their digital resources such as software, applications, files. In simpler terms, we can say that the cloud is a virtual storage space on the internet. Right. So you're storing the data somewhere. You don't know where it is, but it has been preserved somewhere and you can use it whenever it is. You can see a simple example, Instagram. We upload lots of photos, videos, reels, and everything. Where they are get stored, we're simply uploading in the applications, right? They are not saving in our personal mobiles or tablets, right? It is stored somewhere. Those photos are stored somewhere. So that is what the cloud means. In a simple way, I would say if you use a Gmail, your photos, your documents, all are in the cloud. They are not stored in your local system or somewhere near to you. It has been stored somewhere in the data centers managed by the cloud. So this is how the cloud technologies works. In the current world, there are three most popular cloud technologies available in the market. The first one is Azure, second AWS, third GCP. Don't go on the numbering for the rankings. All are the good competitors. Okay. Azure is a big market because all legacy clients are going towards Azure because they don't want to migrate their existing applications. As we know, there are various applications. Let's say so go Microsoft Office is there, whether SQL is there, Microsoft SQL is there, whatever is there, or Microsoft Dynamics are there. So all this will be migrated into the Azure cloud so that will be easy for them to migrate. Coming to the AWS, they give lots of services. They give cost cutting options for you too, and it will help you for the creating. Most of the startups are coming towards the AWS cloud, so that they will get a guidance while creating of the IT structure and all. That is one of the benefits of using AWS. Coming to the GCP, the budget is low, you can pay less, and the security norms also good for it. So these are the three cloud providers available in the world. The fourth one is a digital ocean, which is not in a boom, but it is in a track towards the growth. So this is a brief description of what the cloud technologies is. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this is how the cloud technology looks. Okay. Basically, the cloud technology is nothing but the data center, which is managed by third vendor, and we are using it as a pay-as-you-go mode. Simple. You can, in that simple line, you can understand what the cloud technology is. Okay. Here you can see, you will see the green boxes there. Those are all the physical machines on which the application, the database are residing, and they're using those resources to run their application globally. Okay. Coming to the cloud technology, there are three types of services: infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as services. These are the three categories which are running from the last 15 years in IT industry, right? So we know well versed with these names, right? Coming to the compute, what does compute means, right? Compute means processor, memory, storage, network. The combination of processor, memory, storage, and network is called as a compute. Okay. So you will have personal laptops, you will have a CPU, RAM, and memory in it. So based on that only, your work is handled in the same fashion. That is called as a compute. Okay. What is CPU? CPU, we all know, we will call it as a brain for the computer. They will run the processes. They will run the transactions as per the instructions. And the RAM is within a memory, is a high speed storage for data stored on an integrated chipset, right? So it will be like 1 GB, 2 GB, or almost 200 GB or 500 GB as per the requirement. We can use it. Coming to the storage part, it's an important one. We have our personal hard disks. We have, yeah. So those are nothing but the storage devices that will be available in your PCs, that will mounted into your PCs, that can be used for storing your data and reading the data too. Okay. And coming to the world of network, that is called as an internet. Without internet, no work is going to be happen. So that's why the network is the important part. You will have a router in it. You will have a NIC card, network card, which will help you to communicate with the outside world with the network internet to the computer. Right. So this is what the network means. Okay. Yeah. So till now we discussed what is data center and what is it not. Let me show you how the machines looks in the data center. You can see the person is there standing and he's removing some box. Okay. So if you see, this is a whole like compartment. Okay. It will be like a cupboard where you used to put books, right? In place of books and clothes, they will place these machines. If you see these horizontal slabs there, those are not slabs. Those are basically CPUs. Okay. CPU and the memory. So you can say like uh board, motherboard having a configuration highest, let's say for 500 GB, 600 GB of RAM with high configuration of CPUs. So these are placed in such a manner, and those are cabled in the back end. You can see these are the cables. So in this way, the racks works. And suppose some part got destroyed, the person will come, remove that set and replace it with a new one. So this is how simple you can manage the data center. Okay. So the cloud does this stuff, right? In the physical servers, you will have rack servers, you will have blade servers, you will have tower servers. Okay. Right. So coming further, we heard a word computer. Have you heard the word about servers? Any one of you? Any suggestions or any inputs? You can give a chat if you feel shy, or you want to speak, you can raise your hands. I will give the permission for the mic to speak. Any suggestions on servers? Anyone? No? Okay, let me explain you then. Fine. Computer we know. Computer is like you will have a monitor, CPU, mouse, and everything. Okay. So what is this servers? We haven't seen it, we haven't heard about it, what it means. For the experienced persons, they knows it. What about the new students, right? So computer will, let's see some similarities between the computers and the server in a simple way. Computers will have CPU for the processing. Servers will have CPU for the processing. You will have a RAM for quick access to the memory. Similarly, servers will also have a RAM for quick access to the memory. Additional storage to store data. Yes, in servers also you will have additional storage to store data. Computers will have a NIC adapter to connectivity. And similarly, servers will also will have a network adapter for connectivity. Then what's the difference in it? Let's discuss that now. Right. So computer will have an operating systems. Right. What's the use of operating system? Operating system is like an interface. It is like you can say a language barrier. Right. Computer will only understand 1 and 0. They know only binary language. But we as a human knows various languages. But that language is not understandable by the computer, and neither learning and following the binary language for the human is a bit a difficult task. So to eradicate those kind of issues, the OS has been introduced. OS is nothing but an operating systems. In the current market, there are two operating systems, Windows and Linux. Windows is managed by the Microsoft, and Linux is an independent open source tool. Okay, so these are the operating systems which helps to run the instructions by the user and show the results of the computer with the help of an OS to the user. Okay, so that is what the operating system is. So in a computer, what happens? You are only one going to access it. Suppose you are having a laptop in front of you. What will you do? You will be able to log in into it. If I want to log in, I have to wait, right? Till you complete your task and log out, then only I have a permission to log in into that system. Okay. So in a similar way, server will also have an OS, same whether it's a Windows, whether it's a Linux, as per the requirement of the flavor, right? But here the difference is you can access multiple, that means multiple users can access into the server. How? Remotely. Okay, which is called as RDP. If you go for the Windows, it is called as Remote Desktop Protocol. It's a basic thing, friends. Remember, RDP. Okay, Remote Desktop Protocol. How it is run? What is the concept here is, I will give you in a diagrammatical way so that you will be able to understand. Okay, so this is your system. Okay, and you have set the server. Okay, right, and you will have multiple users. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now what you are doing for the computer, only one person will be able to access like this. Okay, right. So till he disconnects, nobody will be able to log in it. Okay, when the server systems comes into the picture, okay, automatically they will also access. He will also access. He will also access. Means these all people are not, all peoples are not required to wait till their turn. Okay, so the server will help to connect multiple users to their system. Okay, so that is called remote. Okay, in a simple fashion, I would say you are staying in, let's say, India. Okay, and you are working for an organization, and there is a server in your workspace. Okay, in your company, in the office. You want to access that server, which is located in US. Your whole information, your whole data is available in the server available in the US. The company will not send you to US and do the activity, right? That will be costing for him. So what they have done is they have implemented the server system. So they will install the server OS in the US machine, okay, and they will enable this remote connectivity. From India, you will enter the IP address of that machine. Okay, IP address, you would say it is like an address. For each home, you will have an address, right? In the same fashion, each machine has an IP. That IP helps to communicate among the networks, and it will distinguish among the machines also. Okay, so you enter the IP, it will route to the server. It will ask for your credentials, user ID and password. You enter it and done. You are able to see the data, whatever the machines you want to do. That is available. That's all. Parallelly, your co-worker will be there, co-person will be there. He will also connect same time with his own different credentials. So here, every person will have its own different credentials, but the IP will be same. With that connectivity, they will connect to the machine. How they connect? Let me show you. Or suppose you want to connect Windows machine. Okay. You go to the Windows, click start button, or you would say Windows R. Okay. You will get notepad, type MSTS. Okay. Hit enter. It is asking for the IP. Here you have to enter the IP, friends. Okay. Before enter this remote desktop protocol should be enabled in the server level. Okay. Due to some security norms, they will set it some parameters on it. So the remote desktop should be enabled in the server for which you are trying to access. Okay. So you enter the IP address into it and you click enter. Now it will not display. I will show you in the practical sessions in the coming one. Okay. It is showing disconnected because there is no such IP available in the market, right? Okay. After that, it will ask for the user credentials. You enter the credentials and see automatically you will be able to connect to the server. Okay. So this is how the RDP works. If you want to go for the Linux, you have to use shell SSH. There you enter and you have to use the commands of it. Okay. So this is how the server works in the real time. Okay. So this is what the difference is. Multiple users can log into the server as compared to computers. Okay. Right. And the next thing is the computer need inputs, outputs, devices connected to access the system. But here to connect a server, you need simply an RDP, which we have discussed just now, right? How to connect the RDP. And for Linux, it is SSH. So these are the two things which is required to connect your machine. We don't need any input and output devices as for the computer. Right? For the servers, you need an RDP and SSH, connect it and your work is done. So that is the beauty of using the servers. The whole IT companies are relying totally on the servers. They are not maintaining the computers for each person and each application. They are using the virtualization technology, which is saving lots of money to the IT industry. Okay. And it has increased the productivity. It has decreased the hurdles for the administrator to use the systems, right? No need of relocation. Sit anywhere, connect to the network, connect to the server, do the work and done and close. Done and dusted. So this is what happens in the computers and the server level. Okay. So here you may get how they're going to do it. Actually, if you want to install a server, you need to buy a license from the vendor. Whether it's a Windows, you have to buy a license from the Microsoft. Whether it's Linux, you have to go with it. So that is what happens while buying the servers. Okay. So till now, any doubts, friends? Please let me know. If I am fast, please let me know. I will slow down myself because based on your tuning, I will modulate myself. Okay, Sridhar got it out. Yeah. Yes, Sridhar, tell me.
Yeah, hi sir. RDP means you mentioned remote desktop protocol, right? So what does
Yes.
this SSH means?
It's a cell service actually. I am not
Cell
sure the
service.
exact abbreviation,
Okay.
but it is used for the Linux purpose actually. If you want to connect to that, you have to enter the IP and you have to run the commands for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone, friends? Any more doubts? You can call me student. No need of using the sir and all. You directly straight away call the student. That will increase the connectivity between the students, right, and the learners. Okay. So I guess we don't have doubts now. So let's go further. Wait a second, got stuck. Right. So cloud computing. Cloud computing is an on-demand delivery for IT resources and applications via internet with a pay-as-you-go pricing. In the simplest form, cloud computing provides an easy way to access servers, storage, database, and applications over the internet. Okay. So what it means is simply, as we discussed before, it's a pay-as-you-go model. It's a simple procedure for accessing the servers and storages and all, database and everything. So it's a pay-as-you-go model. You pay for it, the machine will be ready in a fraction of seconds. Usually, to get a machine, to get a setup ID, it will take a week because you have to procure the physical machine. It has to come to the site, fix the cabling, install the OS, install the application, check the network connectivity. So it will take almost a week. After that, the application will team come, they will install their services, and then it will come into production almost after 2 weeks. But when the cloud computing has introduced, before that, when the virtualization, I would say, when the virtualization system has introduced into the market, the procurement and the running of the production has decreased the time. Okay, it used to be 1 week, now it has been decreased to almost 2 minutes. So that's what's the variation the cloud technology has given to us. Okay. So see friends, this is how the data centers looks like. Okay. You know where our data centers are available in India? The AWS is having a data center in Hyderabad one, and one is in Mumbai, and another one is in Bangalore, which is in initial stage of structure. Okay. Soon the Azure is also coming into the picture. They are establishing their market, their data center footprints in Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon as well, and some part of the Kolkata too. So they are planning to expand the data centers availability. Okay. Currently the data centers running are in Mumbai and Hyderabad and Bangalore. Okay. So these are all, you can see it's almost size of a football court. To maintain this whole infrastructure, what about the small companies, a mid-scale company? They can't bear it, right? They cannot buy this space and do the structuring and all and maintaining. It's a hurdle for them. So for that purpose, the cloud has come into the picture. They will ask your requirement. They will give the quotation. If you say yes, immediately your service will be available for you. So that is what the cloud technology is. You can see the engineer is working in it, and she is checking the all configurations and all sets, whether it's an issue or not, right? So how many of you know about VMware? Any idea about VMware? Just for understanding, I'm asking. The VMware is a tool which has revolutionized the virtualization. Okay, I got some inputs. Okay, you know, right? Okay, Kalyani, I will give you an option to speak. Yeah, Kalyani, you can speak now if you want to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell what's VMware means. It's up to you.
I just know something like brief, like we use to create virtual machines, instances.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, almost correct. Usually, coming to the VMware, it has revolutionized. It has been the technology called as virtualization. So, with a limited physical resources, they're creating a virtual environment in a large scale so that your applications can run smoothly. Okay, so based on that only, these all cloud technologies has come into the picture, right? So that's why I was telling about the VMware. Okay, so coming to the advantages of the cloud computing. What's the advantages? There should be some advantages, right? Right. So coming to the costing and advantages of the cloud computing, variable versus capital expenses. This is one point we will discuss. Economics of the scale we will discuss. And we will stop the guessing capacity, because capacity is a big thing, right? You have to understand the capacity and all, and you have to increase the speed and agility, and you have to go global in the minutes. So these are the main benefits of using the cloud computing. Okay, It will be savings. It will increase the efficiency. It will increase the accessibility. It will increase the reliability, increase the flexibility and security as well. So these are the main benefits of using the cloud computing, friends. Okay. So these are the basic things like to understand. Okay. Yes. Pay as you go also. Yes. Pay as you go, scalability, everything. Yes. Right. I will share this PPT to you all, friends. Don't worry. So it will enable understand to you. Pay as you go model means it's the same like a SIM card, prepaid SIM. You pay for it, you use it, right? And scalability means, suppose you have a machine, 4 GB RAM is there. Now it is difficult to manage because my application is consuming a lot. I want to go for 8 GB RAM. What you have to do? You have to raise a request, get that request sanctioned, and you have to wait for 2 days to get that RAM, and after that you have to fix it, right? So these are the things. Yes, right. So these are the things which is stopping us to upgrade. So in that case, the cloud comes into the picture. You just simply, in a few clicks, you can increase your configuration, friends. In a few seconds, you can increase your requirement. Don't need to depend on anyone. Okay. And coming to the accessibility, we all know server is there, so it is available to all. That has increased accessibility. And reliability is also the good. Flexibility means you can flex up as per your requirement. You can change your plans and all. Okay. And security level is high level security, friends. It's almost nobody can breach it. We will have layers of securities because we are paying. The clients are paying a huge amount for security, especially. Okay, their data should be in encrypted mode. No one will be able to understand if they get the data. They will have a security barriers in the network. They will have antiviruses and all, which will help you to secure their network actually. Okay. So this is a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is a big initial investment which is generally made upfront to set up one's own infrastructure or upgrade existing infrastructure. Okay, so if you want to set up a infrastructure, you have to make initial payments, right? Investments. That is called capital expenditure, like creating of the data centers, network cabling, infrastructures, and all actually. Okay, so operational expenditure means you have to maintain the infrastructure, you have to align the cloud vendors and all. Okay, so it will decrease your efforts. Operational expenditure has no initial upfront investment and has a pay as what you see in the model. This best suit for the public cloud providers. Okay, you pay for it automatically. That means it will work for you. No need to maintain anything. Okay, so it's a little bit different. It will get confused. So let ignore this slide. Okay, right. Coming to the difference between the public, private, and hybrid. Why we are discussing public, private, and hybrid? Because sometimes in interview panel also they will ask what's the difference between the private, public, and hybrid. And in the infrastructure real time also you need to understand it. So that's why we're discussing about the private cloud. Private cloud is a cloud service that is exclusively offered to an organization. By using a private cloud, an organization can experience the benefit of cloud computing without sharing resources with other organizations. So what it means? Okay, the private cloud is like a totally given permissions to a specific vendor. Suppose you are having a vendorship, or you make ice creams, right? You are having your own factory and you want to have a own cloud infrastructure, right? You don't want to engage anyone. No other company should share your services of the IT. So for that purpose, the private cloud is an example for it. Okay. So it is so resource, if you are using or if you're not using, the resource will be aligned to you only. That is up to you how you're going to use that private cloud. Okay. Coming to the public cloud, the difference is whatever the infrastructure is available, data centers, that is managed by the vendors and that is used by the multiple IT teams. Okay. Suppose you are having like ABCD companies company A, company B, company C, and company C. Their all IT services are managed in this public cloud. Basically, they are sharing the resources, not the data. Remember, data is secured, friends. The data is individual data for specific IT companies. Only the resources are sharing here, whether it's a CPU, memory, networking, or applications, whatever it is. Okay. So what are the public clouds? You would say AWS is there, Azure is there, GCP is there, DigitalOcean is there, and Alibaba Cloud. I forget about it. Alibaba Cloud is also there, which is the cloud provided by the China region. Okay, it is having also a good market, but not up to that mark. But slowly it is means running by the, especially for the China region. Okay. And coming to the hybrid, you would know what is mean to hybrid. It's a combination. So it's a combination of private and a public. Okay, so to have both combination, public and private combination, that is called as a hybrid cloud. Okay. So here you can see the difference between the public, private, and hybrid. Coming to the cost, it is a cost effective. Private is real and expensive because you have to make base for everything. Hybrid is also expensive because it will have a private cloud too. Okay, security level depends upon the cloud providers. Private is most secured because you are the only owner for it, so no one will have access to it. So that is the one. And hybrid is also secure. Coming to the scalability, highly scalable, limited, and highly scalable with the right architecture. Okay. Coming to the accessibility, it is for everyone. Private, limited, and hybrid is a medium. Okay. Coming to the maintenance, it's the lowest, highest, and the medium. Okay. So that is what the owners are like cloud providers for the public, or the private organization itself is the owner for it. Hybrid, again, the organizations are the owner. The examples for public cloud are AWS, GCP, Azure, IBM, Oracle. Coming to the private, VMware, HP, Dell, OpenStack. Coming to the hybrids, the Rackspace, VMware, Cisco, and IBM. Okay. So any doubts, friends, regarding comparison of the public, private, and hybrid? Please let me know. I will help you to understand. No doubts, right? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this is called the virtualization thing. Okay, here you can see this is the hardware. It is a CPU board, motherboard. It will have a CPU, RAM, and networking. In that, a software is installed, which is called a hypervisor. Okay, and now on hypervisor, you will create a VMs. VMs are nothing but a virtual machines. Means on a single hardware, you are creating 4 to 5 machines again. Okay, with the help of the hypervisor. And in each machine, you are installing the guest OS on it. Okay, right. And for each guest, you are installing 1-2 applications. So here what you are seeing is by using a single hardware machine, rather than installing a single OS, I am installing the hypervisor, creating the VMs, giving the host name, and I am almost running 7 applications on the hardware. So see, you can see how the productivity has increased with the introduction of the virtualization. In the olden days, one PC, one application. But if the current world, one PC, hypervisor, multiple VMs, and multiple applications are running on it. Is there any decrease in the performance? No. Okay, yes, see that you got it out, right? Yes. Yeah, Sridhar, tell me.
Sir, what is this hypervisor means? And
Yeah, hypervisor is a software friend, actually. Okay, it is same like an OS. Actually, I would not say OS. So hypervisor is a tool. It's a virtualization tool, which will helps to create a virtual machines. Actually, okay. So here you can see that if you install the hypervisor, you can run the machines on it. You heard about the word VMware, right? What VMware do? What it will create a virtualization platform. To run the virtualization platform, hypervisor will work. it will work like an interface between the physical resources and as well as the software. Okay, there is a word called kernel. So it's a kernel is nothing but a machine language, right? So it will take a help of the kernel language from the hypervisor on the hardware, and it will provide the resources to it.
Okay, is it like a server or is it like a software you are saying?
It's a software, friend. It's basically a
software that will be installed on a server.
Yes. Okay, so this is what the hardware virtualization. Here you can go for the software virtualization also. You can see here, you can install the OS, and now on that you will install the hypervisor. That means you will have a machine, install the OS, right, Windows, and in that you install the hypervisor software. Okay, and this software will helps to create a more VMs actually. Okay. Yeah, somewhat related to it. It's same. Yeah, it's the same. Bare metal is a hardware machine. On that you will install the OS. Yes. Right.
Sir, what is the difference actually? Because on the same hardware platform, in hardware virtualization, we are doing hypervisor, and after OS, we are doing hypervisor here in software. What is the advantage of that and advantage of this? What is the difference actually? I am unable to understand.
Okay. Here.
In what cases we use this hardware virtualization, and in what cases we use software virtualization?
Okay, fine. So I would say, let me understand that also. Platform and hardware. So hardware platform will install the hypervisor on it. Okay. Suppose you want to rely on OS. Suppose you want to communicate with this hardware machine, right? The host OS will help you to understand the hardware platform in this. Okay, but in this host hardware platform, it will be a tough job, a little bit difficult to understand the functionality of the hardware platform. Okay, when you install the OS on it, you will able to communicate with the hardware platform. Okay, from the host OS, you can decide and you can start and stop the hardware machine, and you will check the performance of that. But here it is a little bit difficult when you go for the hardware virtualization. Actually, so that is what I am thinking on it. The difference between the hardware virtualization and software virtualization. So you're able to understand, or it is little bit similar. Both of them are similar a bit, but the difference is the host only.
Okay. Is there any example, sir, where we use this hardware virtualization and where we use software virtualization?
Yes, suppose you are using a personal machine. Okay, you want to use a VMware. There, what will you do is in your laptop, you will have OS. On that OS, you will install a VMware hypervisor. Simple example is that if you want to go for the software virtualization. Okay. And when you go to the hardware platform level, that means you go to the data centers. There, they will not install OS on the machine. They will directly install the hypervisor on that, and there they will run the VMs and all.
Okay, end users will use this software virtualization, and companies who maintain data centers, they use hardware virtualization.
Yes,
That's
we can say
right?
that.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
In that way also you can understand. But I will give some more examples. I will check again on that and get back to you if I get some more examples.
Yeah.
Doubts, friends, on this, please let me know. Anyone? Chetan, you got it, right? Hope so. Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you, friends. So this is what the virtualization and the hardware software. Okay. Second. Okay, fine. So this is the brief introduction of the basics. They will not ask you anywhere in the cloud, but to understand how the life cycle of this cloud came is what this PPT is. I will share it to you. Okay. So just for the understanding, okay, just to make this session more interesting, I will show you the AWS cloud. Okay. So how many of you are having AWS console access? How many of you tried to log into the AWS? Have you anyone tried it? Or I would say simply, have you seen this web? Okay, let me check. Yes, okay. So you log into that console, you worked on it, right? Yes, okay, fine. So friends, this is what the AWS looks. Okay. In this web link, all companies are working their activities actually. Okay. So you can bookmark this link. Okay. And if you can see in the right hand side, you will have an option signing into the console. When you click this, you are going to log into the AWS. But before that, let's understand this website first. Okay. Here you can get many information, friends. You can learn the things here. Okay. You can learn what is cloud computing. Okay. And you would say it will shows architecture structures also. Okay. You will have a documentation also. What is EC2, what SC buckets and all. We will get to know all these things. Okay. And if you want to go for the certification also, you will have an option. Okay. Here you will have the certification path also in this. Let me check that. Okay. So these are the certifications which the AWS is providing. Okay. You can see there are professional fundamental. These are the available certifications in the market, right? So this is what the AWS does. Okay. And let's go into the signing into the console. I'm clicking signing into the console. Okay. I will tell you how to create this account and what are the prerequisites required to run this or to log in into the console. Okay. Wait a second. Yeah. So here you have to give the account details if you have. Okay. And give the username. It will be a email ID, whatever it is. Okay. And see. Here give the credentials and this is how you log in. It is the same thing like in the real world also people used to log in. Okay. They have to go to this web link only and they have to log into the console. So this is how the console look, friends. Wherever you go in the globe, the console will be same. It will be same like this. Okay, you can see the various services available: EC2, AWS backup, FSX, EFS, S3 bucket, CloudWatch, billing, VPC support. Everything will be here for you. Okay, you will see the billing also, how much the billing is coming for it. One thing I want to say is be careful while using the services in AWS because it will cost money for it. Okay, I will tell you which are free and which are not. See, remember one thing, when you create an account for the 1 year, few services are free. After 1 year, you have to pay for it. Okay, so be careful. If you are running any application or if you're using any resources, use it and then delete it. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay. All right, so this is how it looks, right? So any doubts, friends, in this? Are you able to understand this console? Get used to this console so that it will be easy for you to do the navigation. It is same like you are using the social media actually, whether it's a Facebook or whatever it is. How you use it in a simple fashion, you will use it. Okay, Kalyani got it out. Okay, yeah, Kalyani, tell me.
Sir, are we supposed to log out every time?
Yes, if you wait for a while, it will be well, but after few, like half an hour or after 1 hour, it will automatically get log out. If you want to log out, you have to click sign out.
Okay.
So it is up to us. If you want to keep it open, you can keep it open. but be careful that nobody should access that console. If mistakenly someone clicks any services, it will start and billing will come for it. And it will be in the dollars. It will be a huge amount for us to bear it actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Signing doesn't cost anything. Right?
Signing, yes, signing doesn't cost anything. It will take 1 rupee from the account for security purpose. They will revert it back. Okay. While creating the AWS account, you need a credit card for it because it will take those credit card for it. Okay. So I will show
Yes.
you that what are the things required in the coming sessions. Right.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, friends. Any more doubts? I am planning to stop the session now. It's almost 10:54. Okay. So let me stop the recording.